sense? Right. Grandmaster Bob Horton told me this when I was blue belt. This was some of the best advice I ever received. I was having a horrible time with spin heel kick, horrible time. And my mom used to drop me off at school. I was like a martial art addict, still am. But she would drop me off at school probably because she didn't want to, she wanted them to babysit me. So she dropped me off at 4, then picked me up to 9:30 every night. This was my life. And even in the kids program, I would just sit and watch the adult class. He let me in the adult program at 11 because he finally saw that I was determined. So at blue belt, I'll never forget it. I wasn't getting it wrong fast enough. This is what he told me. Grandmaster Horton has one arm really. His right arm is he had polio as a child. By the way, this is also his instructor also. So that's kind of how we met. We both started with the same guy. Although he started decades before me, right? So he told me this is what he did. He says, what I want you to do right now, and he picked up that little arm. He goes, I want you to swing that arm. Don't even worry about the other arm. He says, just swing it as fast as you can. And he goes, and when you get good at that, shorten it up, just swing the elbow. When you get good at that, shorten it up, just swing the hip. Does that make sense? Yes, sir. So velocity is important. When you learn to cheat the velocity, that's when you be able to pull it off. Does that make sense? Yes, sir. There you go. So at first, do it slow. I like to teach this when first is trying to hit his whiskers. Just do it. All right. You don't need to get that close. Look, right back to starting spot. Right back to home plate. Your kick should always go back to where you started. In your what? Stance. Does that make sense? Because you're in a fight. That kick may not put it over. If you land with that kick, we come from a long line of spin heel kicks. We hit you with it, we'll probably drop you. Or at least stun you. But the fight's not over unless you. Does that make sense? Yes, sir. So, a good way to do this, he told me this a long time ago. When you spin heel kick, the kick does this. It goes here to here. Most people let it go way out there. That's when they're on balance. Does that make sense? When it hits, it goes down to the stance, and as soon as it hits, I sock it forward. Does that make sense? Yes, sir. So it's here, shock it forward. I know it's a little difficult to choose. That's another reason why the jump's important. Because it alleviates that friction of the shoe. Does that make sense? Yes, sir. So be very careful with it. All right, here we go. Don't care if you fall. Don't worry about not hitting the target. Just throw it. If you throw it with fear, you'll never hit anything. Does that make sense? So just let it go. Who cares if you miss? Who cares if you fall? It's a padded forward. All right, go.